literally getting socked in the face, like how you mentioned.
So you said sock in the face. So again, you know that's not exactly the term, but you use the term sock in the face. But we know the same point in Paces is that what I was relayed was that Paige was getting physically abused. It doesn't matter what fucking phrase I'll use. We know that she's getting physically abused, which is wrong.
Yes,
She shouldn't get hit. She shouldn't get hit at all, right? She shouldn't get. Let me finish. Let me finish. It does not matter. We're talking about physical abuse, right? So you're saying it's okay whether or not Paige gets slapped or hit, whatever.
Okay, so great. Let me ask you this: What did Kyrie legitimately do when you say put his hands on her?
I already told you guys. I don't know why you're making me repeat this thing.
Yeah, like you're playing dumb. I know you know what you said. Same thing about the shit talking thing. You know what you said. Stop playing dumb. It's not cute.
No, because I want to hear.
Because I told, listen, Osa, when I talked to you, Nick, and Jaquez, I said, you were asking me, all three of y'all, they were asking me, why the hell would you, like, or why would I tell Jay, like, about these things? And I said, well, because I relay things to, you know, my husband, and then whenever I hear something, I tell him about it, whether it be my shit or not, because he's just the person that I talk to whenever it comes to, like, what the fuck I'm up to throughout the day. And so when I decided to tell him, I didn't have the impression that he was going to tell you guys.
And again, that goes back.
Regardless, whether or not he told you guys, it's like...
He's arguing semantics at this point. You're arguing fucking semantics. And the fact is, that goes back to the thing. I trusted you to tell you something.
And the thing is, I don't even know why it's being brought up now, though. That's my question.
And my thing is, too, which Osa's dodging, apparently, like Osa was saying, he was quick to say, oh, well, I was lying and I'm throwing you underneath the bus. Gray, do you find that to be the case? Because Osa likes to talk a lot of shit without thinking.
Throwing me underneath the bus for what?
Exactly. So go ahead, elaborate, since you like talking a lot of shit and yapping.
Alright, so guess what? So Jay is apparently telling me that he didn't say Kyrie was hitting Paige with a punch punch. He was elaborating that he was being physically abused. And I was saying, like, where did you get this information from? He's saying,
you know who.
matter.
No, I said you know who. I said you know who.
Find out that this isn't true, right? And I remember asking you this, and we're just like, oh, you tell me, Gray, that Kyrie is just shook Paige one time, right? It wasn't really physical abuse. Wasn't really as major as you thought it was. And I remember you telling me that Jay blew things out of proportion. Is that right?
Given, based off of what I told you guys, yeah. But then again, at the same time, you have to remember, during that time, I was mad at him.
So it sounds like it is, Gray, you talked out of your ass being mad. Osa, being a fucking hater, was quick to just sit there and run the gun on me. When
No, but here's the thing. When I was talking to all three of them came up to me and they're just like, can we talk to you? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They came up to me and they're just like, is it or is it not true that Kyrie, like, physically abuses Paige? And I'm like, where did y'all hear that? And they said Jay. And I'm like, okay. So what you're telling me is that Jay told you guys, like, whatever the fuck you said that you said. And I'm just like, yeah, that he heard it from me. And then they're just like, well, what's going on? And I'm just like, well, shit, I didn't mean for it to, like, go everywhere, because then again, it was just something that I heard off the fly. And then I'm just like, well, this is what happened. Kyrie, like, shook her. And then because of, like, the stress of whatever was going on with them, and then they're just like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I just want to clarify something, by the way. So Osa apparently said that Paige said, oh, she wasn't getting physically abused. Let me just throw that out there, by the way. Not only that, that all that stuff wasn't true. So, again, like I said, I'm seeing that Osa's being a fucking hater and yapping out its fucking mouth before getting actual information. Because, again, I just repeated that I was related.
I told all three of them that I heard it off of the fly and that I was going to ask Paige about it. And then I never brought it up because she's been going through a lot. And I've been reiterating that since, like, that entire conversation happened.
So, again, like I said, Osa tending to...
Allegedly, what I heard was...
Why did Jay bring it up then?
Listen, it's apparently you're the one that brought it up, Osa.
First of all, yeah, I want to just point out what Gray has just relayed, that all three of you brought it up. I told you in the sense of stuff fucking privacy, because nobody else knows besides you. But clearly, again, you can't keep your mouth fucking shut for 5 minutes.
I don't remember bringing it up.
You don't remember walking up to Gray and bringing it up?
You guys, you, Nick, Osa,
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
and said, have a minute. And I'm like, what is going on?
So you
And
convene.
all three of y'all came up to me and said, oh, is what Jay said true? And I'm just like, and I told you guys.
Specifically doing that.
So you're saying, wait, hold on. Osa said, no.
Jay,
Huh?
shut the fuck up. I'm so sorry. But Osa, you're telling me you don't remember pulling me aside out of the quiet room while I was talking to Ziggy to talk to me about this. Yes or no?
No, because I went elsewhere.
No, you were there for the entire fucking conversation. Don't play fucking stupid.
And you know what's the worst part about it? Speaking of, if Osa wants to dodge that, since, let's bring up some useful information from earlier. Wait, no, hold on, Nini.
Osa's over here telling me, is this or is this not true?
Like, listen. Osa plays fucking stupid, as I can tell. But as I was saying,
it was Nick that asked. And he told us that everything was fine.
No, because I know all three of y'all were out there. Because don't you remember you showing me the screenshot of what Jay said in y'all's group chat? The screenshot that I still have if I re-download Discord, mind you. Meaning that you were there for the conversation.
I think what's going on is that you have a completely different situation going on. That was the aftermath of the situation.
What, bro? Don't try to do the reverse psychology shit when someone pulls actual facts.
No, because you're asking me what did Nick ask me? I told you what Nick asked me. You said, what did I relay to you guys when we had this conversation? That was the one and only time you guys ever asked me about that scenario specifically. So, because I don't interact with Nick at all. I can count the amount of times I've interacted with Nick on my fucking hand. So I know what I have and haven't said to the three of you guys, mind you.
So again, what I'm seeing is also playing fucking dumb, and when you bring up the shit like you said with the screenshots, all of a sudden it's like, oh, misremembering. Next time, which is probably good not to do, how about you stop talking shit for 5 minutes and actually get your facts straight? Again, the thing that you're avoiding is talking shit and not acknowledging that.
Bro, listen.
There's no bro listen here. You're in the wrong. Acknowledge it.
Because what Gray's referring to is the aftermath. What I thought she was referring to was when Nick initially asked Gray, because Gray walked up to me and asked me, okay, why does Nick know about this? And I was just like, okay, Jay told us. And you were just like, Jay told you? And yeah, he was talking all this shit. Talking about, Kyrie's boxing the fuck out of Paige.
I never said boxing. You just said went from boxing 1-2. Let's run that back though, because that's the main focus. So again, you're still dodging the main problem, the main question. You were saying that apparently I lied and that Paige was never getting physically abused. Gray confirmed that what she had told me was that she was being physically abused. And again, whether it was used the term 1-2 buckle my shoe, loop-de-loop, whatever the fuck, you even use the example, getting socked in the face. You know that the issue that I never lied on, there was physical abuse. Well, and I didn't know she was shooken up, or according to whatever you just said, I just know what was relayed was physical abuse. But see, the thing is with you were so
somebody got something wrong somewhere. Somebody got something.
What is something?
Wrong
Who's somebody? You know how the conversation went. You're young. I know you don't have bad memory. You know I told you that, and I told you in the own privacy of the conversation. Now Nick going on to tell Gray, he's still in the wrong for that too. But you know I told you basic on paper facts that I was told, and I even said apparently Kyrie was being physically abusive. I didn't say physically abusive. I probably said 1-2, getting hit with the 1-2 buckle my shoe combo. But again, at the end of the day, I just confirmed that. Yeah, I just confirmed that. Can you shut up and let me finish? The main issue at hand is, which is the main focus, is physical abuse. Physical abuse is nowhere acceptable no matter what the fuck it is. You don't physically put your hands on a woman. I don't know if you're retarded, but if your dad put your hands on your mom, I don't think you'd take kindly to that. Physical abuse isn't in some joking manner, whether it's a slap, a punch. The problem is physical abuse.
Why did you joke about it?
Why did you laugh about it? Shut up. Literally shut up. Why did you laugh about it? It's so, if it wasn't so funny, you'd sit there and was chuckling all hee hee ha ha. Shut up.
That's what we did. We tried to do research. We tried to make sure that things was okay.
Yeah, you know what you did? You said I lied and said that I'm to try throwing Gray underneath it. Either Gray's lying or I'm lying and I'm trying to throw Gray underneath the bus. You're in the fucking wrong.
Because you had that screen. I had that screenshot.
Again, you're missing the point. Again, you're missing the point. You're accusing me of saying that apparently there was no such thing as physical abuse, which is in our messages, by the way, which I have screenshots of now, that I apparently made up the fact that Kyrie was being physically abusive towards Paige, and Gray never said that, and Gray said I was blown out of proportion, and that it was never mentioned that Kyrie was physically abusive to Paige, and for some fucking reason I magically have a vendetta against Paige. Speaking of, Nini, now that you're here, since Osa didn't want to believe me because he's like, oh, I keep bringing Mikey in that, did I not sit down with Paige and like clear things up on certain situations? Were you not there for that conversation? We were like,
Yeah.
yeah. So another thing is, Osa, again, relating to Osa not learning when to shut the fuck up and like talking out of his mouth and trying to assume things the worst. Because again, I'm realizing that he's a gossipy piece of shit. We had that conversation with Paige, and I actually patched things up with Paige because Osa has this weird mentality that I just magically don't like Paige for no reason. I don't like her, and that I've always hated her. When I've already said, even in our conversation we had,
Bro,
I was neutral towards Paige, and I said I don't.
With Paige and Z, bro.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
If
You know
that
what I followed
doesn't
up with?
sound
You know
like a
what, can you let me
grudge, then
finish?
what is?
You know what's crazy? You know what I followed up with? We cleared things out, and then I said I was just cautious of Paige, and I still stayed and maintained being cautious. You could be cautious of someone and still be okay with them. You don't have to sit there and dislike someone because you're cautious of them. Being cautious isn't bad. Mikey, by the way, is cautious of you. So what does that mean? You're a bad person? Well, coming from the conversation,
Mikey
probably
is
so.
far from cautious of me.
You sure? You sure about that?
Go ahead. Go ahead and prove it.
Yeah.
If he's at least willing to talk to me, then he's not cautious of me.
Like I said, arrogance, work on it. Anyway, back to what I was finishing talking about. Regardless of the fact, I said the only reason.
Literally show
You know why you always say, you know why you say show your proof? Because you sit there and go fucking harass the person. You do that every time. Same thing with Gray. You sit there with the shit where I tell you, you go to Gray and sit there and bother him. Like, oh, is this true? Is this true? You know the shit that you do isn't right. You're not acknowledging
even
that.
Harass.
The crazy part is Gray, since Osa apparently has Alzheimer's, Osa apparently recalls that he's never talked bad about me and someone was making that up. Does that seem to be the case, that that's just a breeze in the wind, that Osa, never talked shit about me, and apparently someone was making that up and I'm misremembering?
Osa, come on now.
Shut the fuck up, you idiot. Don't brah, fake ass nigga.
Osa,
Fake ass bitch.
Like, even if it makes you look bad, like, shit, I look like an asshole right now, so God knows how many people, because apparently I did God knows what. But,
like,
what's it called? You complained to me about Jay, like, so many fucking times.
You think I wouldn't know, you fucking fake ass nigga? You said you didn't know. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Gray, would you like a screenshot of Osa saying... Yeah, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about the Jason thing? We hashed it up, but you know what's crazy when I asked you about the other shit that was mentioned besides... Yeah, we apologize. You know what's crazy? You're the only... You seem like the only person to hold on to that, which, by the way, even Gray noticed that's evidence. But also, I want to follow up on that. But besides even that, I mentioned other things about other shit you was talking about, like talking about my fucking relationship, nigga. So again, that has nothing even separating that from the Nick shit. You talked about. Just shut up.
Let me ask you this. What did I say?
You said I give no attention to Gray. Gray, you wanna clarify?
What?
What apparently Osa said he's never said anything about me and your relationship.
It's like, hold on. I'm distracted.
Pay attention.
I have more important things to worry about.
Well, I'm sorry Osa's a fucking idiot, but here we are with the conversation. I need you to, like, focus just for a split second.
Hold on.
And while you focus on that, again, excluding the Nick shit, which, again, I already apologized for, and again, you're still harping on that shit. Again, I'm still being told all the shit you're talking about. You want to play like you have Alzheimer's, and you're like, oh, I never said that. Oh, are you sure you're not misremembering? Yeah, I feel like you're misremembering. You know what the fuck you said. You don't have Alzheimer's. Get fucking real. And again, that goes back to maturity, bro. Own the fuck up.
You're talking about certain shit that doesn't involve me.
You definitely talked about my relationship. You definitely did. He definitely said how I'm not forgiving. Great. Also, by the way, Osa said he's never mentioned about me not being forgiving. Is that true? Yes, no?
You said that Osa's mentioned
Osa's mentioned that he apparently never said that I wasn't forgiving.
Osa, that's like one of the few things that I remember you telling me.
Dumb bitch ass nigga. Next time, remember what the fuck you say where you talk out the side of your mouth.
Bro, like, forgiven about what? What did I...
What you mean, what? You know what you talked about, bro.
What have I said that he's not forgiving on? What have I said that he's not forgiving on? Because I need to know.
Whenever you complain about the Nick situation, you always say that either she holds a grudge, or that Nick holds a grudge, and that it wasn't handled properly, Literally, while this whole situation was happening, you would text me and call me constantly, but like, go get your husband, because he's not doing what you're doing.
Yeah, that's crazy how, we have phones that keep phone logs.
You and Jaquez, y'all came up to me multiple times throughout the day, and you just kept getting me updated on the situation, and I'm just like, okay?
Yeah, and Gray, did you notice anything in regards to, like, again, which I've complained to Osa about multiple times, not playing neutral and being very one-sided and just adding fucking fuel to the flame?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's, again, next time, it's not that great to be a piece of shit and not acknowledge. It's better to own up to that shit, which, again, integrity.
And that's the thing, also, I've talked to you on, like, certain occasions about certain shit that you do. Not even just to me, but just, like, to other people, too. And I don't say that I haven't, because I know that there have been times that I've pulled you aside, I've pulled you and Jaquez aside, and I've just been like, hey, like, you guys do some shit that I really don't appreciate. And you guys always hit me with the, well, I appreciate you guys coming to talk to me, and you guys, like, sweet talk me every single time into believing you guys that, oh, maybe they, like, won't do that shit anymore, but it always turns out that you guys do.
Literally have some fucking integrity, bro. Grow the fuck up.
So listen here, Greg. The last thing I remember pulling me aside was one.
Always just remember shit, bro.
I would always be so one. What has ever happened, I've never insulted one that ever since.
Yeah, that's crazy, because that's not the only thing that I talked to you about that day.
Okay, so name something else.
Why? What is up with all this name this? You know what the fuck you said, bro. It's like, again, it would have been better if you just admit the fault rather than just sitting there trying to dance around the shit, playing a what did I say game. What the fuck does me have to do with you? Yeah, and look, you know what's crazy? If I had the memory of a goldfish, you have a memory of a fucking rock, bro. Because you can't remember shit we've been asking you. You sound stupid. Literally, man the fuck up and just take integrity, bro. Nothing wrong with having integrity. If you're wrong in the wrong, we're all wrong at times. But guess what? The worst part is to double down on it, act like you didn't do shit, or you're just unaware, or you magically just forgot. Here, let me hit you. Let me hit you an example. Like what? Like what? Let me. Yeah, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You just keep bringing Jason up. You know what's crazy? The apology thing already happened. We already like been past that. So what is? Why is it only you?
You're past that. You're dead ass past that.
I've been. I've literally been okay. I've literally been okay with Nick the entire time. I've literally been okay with Nick and Jaquez. I talked to Nick even privately on my own time. Again, you misspout shit and you don't know. You're so quick to talk shit and you don't even know. Next time, again, don't talk shit you don't know, bro. It just looks stupid and uneducated. I talked to Nick. I don't have problems with Nick. You can even ask Gray. I'm fine with Nick. The only reason why I was distant from Nick the first time was because we needed to cool down and didn't want shit to blow up again. Because guess what? I had two dumbasses that was sitting there adding fire to the flame and not sitting there trying to play neutral and defuse the situation. I've never had a problem with Nick. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Nick even came to me. No. Hold on. Nick even came to me. First of all, when we talked about it, you said no. You didn't talk about saying go apologize. What you said was, see, you said, you know what you said? You know what you said? You know what you said? The problem was, you know what you said? You set up the meeting. The problem, you know what's the problem? It wasn't, you didn't say that in the same day. The meeting happened. So when did the meeting happen? If I allegedly didn't apologize the day you asked, when did the meeting happen? Why did it happen? Why did you set up? Why did you? Apparently, if it's like, oh, it's so my fault on not saying sorry, which again, I apologized the day of. I was like, I'm sorry, but whatever.
You apologize to not apologize to Nick. You apologize to Jason on behalf of Jason. You hear the stupid ass, bro? Shut up.
You sound stupid, nigga. Like legitimately. Gray, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I don't know if Osa fucking remembers, but also I think it was, we were sitting on one of the little side tables in the student center, but I think it was the day after, or like, yeah, it was the day after. Osa came to talk to you, or it was Jaquez. No, it was both, just on their separate times. And I don't know if you remember, Osa, but I told you that I told Jade to let the whole situation die down a bit, because I don't think it was a good idea for them to talk, because of the fact that they were just arguing with each other for fucking hours the day before.
And again, this nigga wants to talk so much shit and hold on to it.
Listen to Nick. If we're talking about integrity here, wouldn't you actually hear out your friend's tale?
Yeah, I think I heard out his tale. You know what's crazy? I apologized the same day. You know why I couldn't say shit? You know why? Because maybe I had Jackass number 1, you, Jackass number 2, Jaquez, 3, Chuck's in there all yelling in my ear at once while I'm sitting there trying to have a conversation with Nick and figure out what's fucking wrong.
Bro,
and also,
like 8 different conversations that you had.
You know what's crazy? Gray, you were there, right? How many people were trying to talk to me while I was in the room with Nick at the same time?
Like 4.
Yeah, so again, shut up, nigga, if you don't know shit. And the worst part about it, the worst part that gets me with Osa in regards to that situation, I already apologized about it. And again, me and Nick hashed it out.
No, you did not.
I didn't apologize?
Otherwise we'd be cool. Otherwise we'd all 4 be together.
Nigga, me and
Not
all 4 of us not together because I fucking moved out. Me and Nick talk, like, we're literally fine. I don't have any bad feelings. And that, again, I was going to mention this earlier. I don't have any bad feelings towards Nick. I'm cool. Guess what? You know what's crazy? Who had the conversation with Nick would try to patch things up even more? I was like, look, you know, I know something's wrong. Some things are wrong. I'm going to apologize for my faults, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, when we were on Student Center, what is it, West or whatever, where the, what is it? The shit with the...
Yeah, and I was there.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You know who took the initiative? Yeah, you know what's crazy? I sound like a retard for apologizing. You know what you sound like? A fucking faggot for not saying anything. And sitting there trying to add fuel to the flame instead of just being proactive and trying to neutralize the whole situation. You know what you did?
I did.
No, what did you do? What did you do? You know what you did there? You know what you did? You
stopped yapping about garbage.
yapping about garbage? You know why the timer was made? Because you asked me a situation, I explained it, and you're like, oh, well, what about this PS5 shit? You kept cutting me the fuck off. How about next time, when I try to sit there and say something and explain something, don't ask me to explain. If you ask me to explain something, don't fucking talk while I'm sitting there trying to explain it. How about that? Hey, stop dick riding Nick so much, nigga. You ride on this nigga's dick too much. What the fuck? Have some fucking own opinionation.
This is the person you're disrespecting. This is the person you're saying, oh, we're cool now. Type shit. And you literally disrespected his brother. And I'm not hung over on that.
Gray, did was not mentioned the point that I already apologized to Nick and also on the say apologize on behalf of Jason. Was that already not mentioned? Was that not already mentioned? I'm asking Gray. I'm asking Gray.
If you genuinely apologize to Nick, why are we here?
Why are we here? Because you're talking shit. It has nothing to do with Nick. It has all to do with you. Because you're holding a fucking grudge because you're dick riding. That's why. It has nothing to do with Nick. Crazy part is, guess what? Again, me and Nick talk off and on. Me and Nick will have private phone calls. Nigga, I don't just talk in the VC with all of us. Me and Nick have private talks. I talked about him with me joining the Air Force. By the way, just want to point out, even Nick had the decency to tell me, hey man, some people are talking shit about you. And guess what? You know what? If we weren't cool, I don't think we'd be having those fucking conversations. And again, the only person I'm noticing that's holding the massive grudge is you. When I've already apologized to Jason, like even though I didn't tell him directly, I told Nick, hey, you know, I'm sorry in regards to Jason's situation. Apologize on both fucking ways. You're the only thing that's holding on to it because you know why? You feed off of fucking drama. I didn't apologize to Nick, so we didn't have that situation where we walked to, again, Student Center West, and I apologized, like, you know, I'm really sorry. And then, of course, the day of, and that's two separate times. You only need to apologize to someone once. I don't need to fucking beg for somebody. Who is Nick for me to beg to? I apologize, like you should. I don't need to have to beg for fucking mercy. I apologize to him, and I apologize on behalf of his brother. I did my part. Again, the only person who seems to be writing that is you. And the worst part about it, again, is that you're playing dumb like you don't know that you've been talking shit. And you want to sit there and say, oh, what did I say? Oh, I don't remember. If you don't remember, maybe you should shut the fuck up and stop talking so much.
They genuinely, what did I say? What did I say?
Again, if you have to, like, remember...
Like, I haven't been talking to them for a while. In fact, I'm the only one who goes to meet Mikey.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Again, that's why I say, because you don't reach it.
Fair, Osa, there's some people that I don't fuck with that I'm still cordial with. I don't understand what point you're trying to make with that. There's plenty of people that Faith doesn't fuck with that I know personally. She's one of my closest friends right now. She literally pulls up to my house.
What does that got to do? What does that really got to do? Like, let Gray finish first, and then just ask. Gray finish.
Like I'm trying to make my point is that you can still talk to somebody and not fuck with them. I've told you so many times, like, there's people that I do not fuck with at the student centers that I'm still nice to. Yes or no? You're acting like it's physically impossible for other people to do that.
Are you and Mikey the same person? Tell me that.
If me and Mikey are what?
You're the same person. That has nothing to do with what was asked. He's asking if you're the same person. You and Mikey the same person, but it has nothing to be asked. Because again, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I could drop. You know what's crazy? I could have this conversation, but I'm gonna probably have to ask permission to do that, and I will to see if that's done. The problem is, I don't know if you noticed, Mikey tries to keep the peace. For example, when Amara, which by the way, you're a piece of shit for baiting in that shit, while she was sitting there leaving him out to dry and leaving him out on the unknown because he was genuinely worried. Yeah, I know he has his problems and he has some self-confidence issues. While he was like left out to dry, you didn't fucking help him either. You sitting there siding with Amara. By the way, I didn't fucking like that. You know, you told all his fucking business, buddy. So another thing, that's again going to the part of like how you're loose-lipped. That's another example. And again, Mikey's...
You literally say that you're loose-lipped and you're nosy all the time, Osa. You're always saying like it's funny.
Another thing I want to point out, because I'm not even finished with that. Another thing I want to just point out again. Mikey like I said, Amara is very toxic from what I can perceive on how she treats Mikey. You know what's crazy? This motherfucker still tries with his little heart out to sit there and amend things and make things work, even if she tries fucking spitting on it. So you don't think he's going to do the same shit with you? Because, you know, he does, well, at least consider you a friend. Even if you do try to talk shit or not side with him and make him seem like a fucking idiot. By the way, I noticed the passive-aggressive shit you be sending him in the Discord. So again, that's just him being very forgiving. If it was me, I'd tell you fuck off like I'm doing right now.
Buddy.
It's not
Okay,
buddy. And another thing, again, also wants to play dumb. Another thing, also wants to play dumb.
Literally, while no one else was there, I was the one that was there.
You sure? You sure you're the only person talking to Mikey?
Jacquez and Imara have attested to that. Because I was the one that was telling Mikey, go make amends with Imara. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, again, so, again, what your point is that you went to make amends. So, again, you're saying, you went to make amends. So why are you still shit-talking fucking Mikey and talking his business that you know he didn't want shared? What's the excuse for that? What's the excuse for telling his business that you know he didn't want that shared and telling that shit, huh? What's the excuse for that? You gonna come out with some shit and bullshit out your ass? Come on, I'm waiting for the golden egg. How about this? Another thing I would like to follow up on. Even speaking of regards to Mikey, the thing is, which I think is wild for you to even speak of, which I think even already relates to Gray. You want to talk about how, oh, that's somebody else's problem, that's not mine. That's your friend, that's your problem. You want to say, oh, Faith is cool with me. First of all, Faith knows you were being distant at times. Also, in regards to that, Nick also knows that Nick doesn't really like her. And by the way, when I justify saying don't like, there's a difference between hate and don't like. If you don't like somebody, and you can hate somebody, it's two different things. And you know damn well Nick has an attitude towards Faith that she's very annoying and that she acts too cutesy, and he's very judgmental of her. And you know what's crazy? Faith has common sense to be receptive of that, and she gets uncomfortable. Am I right, Gray? I could be wrong.
No, you're right.
And again, also wants to validate that and say, oh, I can't control that because that's my friend. What? What?
Was she among your friends? Was she among the group of friends that Nick took to round one?
No.
Alright. Now let me ask you this. Has Nick bothered or said anything about Faith since?
The point is that he's the one that's always like, even when I first met her.
The point is he's the one judging her. What the fuck does now have to do with, again, he still has the attitude of judging her, bro. I don't know if Nick made it evident. Nick
I feel like somebody's missing something here because Faith is a part of your friend group, Gray. I don't think you wouldn't allow Faith. I remember that birthday party because you all went to round one. You actually all went to round one.
Faith didn't go.
This thing has all fucking Alzheimer's. That's crazy.
Faith didn't go to round one. What are you on about?
He had Alzheimer's. You for real? I know who went there and I wasn't even there. You for real, bro? Again, stop fucking yapping. You don't know shit. You sound dumb. And me, again, I was trying to be your friend, just be like, hey, you know, address the problem. But the problem is you double down on bullshit, and then you try to lie about it or play dumb, and you just look more fucking stupid. And then your calling card is, oh, I don't recall, or oh, you sound really fucking stupid right now. Like, shut the fuck up.
That sounds like you, bro.
Yeah, that's literally you. And then the worst part, you want to talk shit about me? I'm talking shit about my girl, sitting there saying that, oh, either she's lying or I'm lying and throwing her at the bus. Nigga, how fucking dare you? Mind your own fucking business. You see me talking about your girl? No, shut the fuck up and mind your business. You talk about my relationship, you don't know jack shit about it. And then the worst part is you want to sit there and lie, and you're proving that you've been lying. You're proving that you've been lying. What do you mean it's out there? No, you nigga, you're in my bedroom, you're in my house. You know what the fuck I do? You know what I do in my spare time when I'm not at the student center? No, shut up. And the worst part is...
You're not even at the student center. You're in a different state, bro.
Okay, what does me have to be in a different state do in my relationship? What does that have to do? Because guess what? That comment you said about how I'm very distant towards Gray, that was before I moved out of Texas. You were talking shit even then, bud. Again, so it's like, why?
Because you were hanging out with Nick more than Gray.
What the fuck? What the fuck does it do? I'm
the one. You literally used to tell me not to worry about this, Osa, but I'm the one that used to always tell Jay, go out and be with your friends because you're gonna come home to me and spend the night with me anyways. So I don't want you next to me all the time. And you always see me with the, well, it's okay, you can come with us because he likes spending time with you both.
And I'm the one who advocates for Gray to go.
I want him spending time with his friends one-on-one, you know. He doesn't need me to be there all the time. And I've told you this.
And the crazy part is I've advocated for Gray to go all the time, by the way, which is crazy because, again, you talk about shit you don't fucking know, you moron. And the worst part about it is, again, okay, I hang out with Nick and y'all at the student center. That's me balancing, you know, my friend and dating life. I could criticize you, be like, damn, also, you don't hang out with your girl. Like, oh, you over here with me and Nick. Shut the fuck up. The same logic you use, I can use the same logic on you. Why are you not hanging out with your girl? Why are you hanging out with me and Nick and Jaquez? Why? You see how fucking dumb you sound? Again, hold yourself to the same standards you try to hold people to, bro. You sound stupid.
Alright, buddy.
And all you can say is, alright, buddy, but you literally sound dumb and you know it. Again, this could have easily been squashed by just acknowledging the issues, and guess what? Just building off of that and just improving, just saying, you know what? I said stuff wrong, you said stuff wrong, let's go over it. But no, not you, not Osa. Gotta sit there and be naysayer nigga number one and sitting there always holding on to shit and being dramatic, talking shit about Gray, talking shit about me, and then sitting there believing some bullshit Paige told you frame one. You didn't even have the basic common sense to go and ask everyone what the situation was. Which, by the way, it's funny because you also agreed when I criticized some other people for only agreeing with what Sydney said and not getting the full story. And you're like, yeah, that's pretty fucking dumb, but you're doing the same thing. It's crazy. Crazy how the tables just like, you know, rotate.
Alright, cool. And I'm sure, like, everything here said is true, right? Like, why wouldn't I believe my friend?
I'm not, dude, I'm not your friend. Like, if you talk shit about me, am I really your friend? You talk shit about me. And then the worst part is
and then I found out some more stuff about Sydney.
Like what? Like what? Because guess what? You know what's crazy? I find it ironic how...
But guess what? I did the thing where I got both sides, and, you know, I got some things I didn't really want to hear.
Okay, like what? Lay it on me. Because again, mind you, this is a person that harassed Gray. You do recall that, right? Those random messages of Gray, people sitting there talking shit about Gray, and it's like, oh, you should kill yourself. I don't think that's just some random stranger, you know, that ironically does that and always sat there and shot Gray a mean look. So don't play fucking dumb like you don't know that situation. It's good that you got both sides of the story. That's true. Wait, let me finish.
So the kill yourself thing, that one's interesting, right? Because I have multiple accounts on that. Because I talked with Denzel about this. Mm-hmm. And Denzel told me that Mikey was one of the people that said that shit. And I confirmed this with Gray after a talk with them. Is this true?
And what was the confirmation? That Mikey told her to kill herself?
Yeah, Mikey was one of the people who wrote one of those messages.
And you're hearing that from...
Both Denzel
No, you're saying you're hearing that from Denzel and Gray. Gray, so you're saying you said Mikey told you that directly?
What's it called? It was when I would get those messages randomly on Instagram, and you know how they would always come from anonymous, whatever the fuck?
Yes, but you're saying Mikey did. You know that Mikey did that? I just want to clarify that. And again, I don't see what that has to do with me, because that shit has nothing to do with me, but again, that still stems from that. But also, I'm going to ask you this later, also, what the fuck does Denzel know about that? But Gray, go ahead and say your part.
What's it called? I talked to Osa about it and Jaquez, because they were in my apartment. I think it was the day they came to borrow, I don't know what, I think it was my swords. And we ended up talking about it for a bit. And then I said, yeah, there was like people that would tell me to kill myself and stuff. And then they're just like, who was it? And I'm just like, I have a feeling I know who it is. And then I told them that Mikey was one of them.
So you're saying, so what you're saying is, I hear what you say. So just let me ask this. I hear what you're saying. So you're saying Mikey's one of them. Do you know that? You're making the assumption off of that. Because the difference between knowing and making that assumption. And I'm not saying to defend Mikey, but legitimately, it's bad to make the claim and not know if he actually said it or not.
Yeah, again, this is why I never confronted Mikey or said anything about it, because I said I wasn't sure.
Okay, so again, Osa, not gonna lie, bringing that up, that was a bad bringing Gray up, at least in that.
And I told Osa this, that's the thing. And then he's just like, why haven't you said anything? And I'm just like, because genuinely, I just really don't care. It's been too long, A, and B, also. It's just, I wasn't completely sure.
Also, I want to just point that out too, because actually, like I said, I don't know if Osa remembers, again, lack of information, is that I actually traced who that message was. The message was sent from. That message? It's not sent anywhere from near Athens, where Mikey lives. It's nowhere near that area. You know where it was? More towards Marietta. And Mikey's not in Marietta, so I know it wasn't Mikey. And again, this is going back to the point of, that's good you heard both stories. Realistically, that's what you should always do, right? But again, I'm not inclined to necessarily believe the girl who was sending people to sit there and send death threats to Gray and saying, "Oh, you wouldn't be nothing without Ricky J, whatever." Like, what kind of loser ass high school?
Who said it came from Sydney?
Who else would it be involved with? Fucking Muffin Man. I break up with Sydney, and that would.
Wasn't there like an entire
Again, who do you think was the main motivation of why that situation occurred? Why do you think, who organized, like, hey, we should do this? Let's come on now, let's be real, let's not play coy. I don't think some random stranger's like, hey, look at that random guy with that girl, and let's go get him. Like, are you for real? Like, let's be real, who do you think really organized that and greenlit that? Mind you, this is also Sydney, the same person who I talked to, and I apologize, and I already told you I had a conversation with her, and she acknowledged that I apologized, like, hey, I'm sorry about the meme thing, whatever, and she's like, oh, it's all cool, and guess what, it wasn't fucking cool, because she was talking shit and making allegations behind my back, and also fucking harassing Gray with her fucking goons, and you were there for that. So my thing is, I don't know why you're even playing dumb, but, elaborate on what else other things you allegedly heard. Because apparently you have so much of an encyclopedia of information that was told.
Alright, so there was that.
Wait. Actually, before you say that, Denzel, why would Denzel know that? Like, why would Denzel know that information?
Because Denzel talks with Gray.
So that's more or less Denzel got the information from Gray?
Yes.
Okay, so again, this stems from the fact that one of your sources is that, I'm sorry, Gray, but
Denzel literally got that from Gray.
No. What I'm saying is, then that's invalid. Both of that is automatically invalidated as when you're like supporting reasons, because Gray wasn't even sure of that. She just had a hunch, and I can at least confirm that wasn't Mikey, because when I traced the location, it wasn't anywhere near Athens. Mikey lives near Athens. He lives literally like an hour and 30 minutes away from school. So again, that brings into question, like, come on now.
That sounds like you found one of the 4 people that, Gray told was one of the culprits. Because there was more than...
No, but what I'm saying is I've ran, like, at least unless I'm conveniently getting the same person, I've traced locations of every single one of those people, and it's always, like, either, like, northwest Georgia, or it's, like, somewhat south, a little bit, like, maybe 30 minutes south of Atlanta. It's never, like, anywhere far towards Athens. And I would think it's real crazy that I'm consistently getting the same person. So if there's multiple people, like, come on now, what are the odds? At least on my ratio fact, it's at least a 25% chance I get the same person consistently.
Uh-huh.
It's not even...
Let me ask you this.
Okay, I'm waiting. You gonna ask the question?
This is weird. So I'm not even getting the same shit from you or Gray.
What are you talking about?
Alright then, Gray, let me ask you this, right? Are you cool with Paige? Have you been cool with Paige this entire month?
Probably not until today.
Yeah. Not until, like, whatever happened. Literally, there's been some times where I've just been like, dang, Paige. Because, like, I know that she said that I was, quote-unquote, unwelcoming to her in my apartment, even though I also asked her every weekend if she needed food, if she needed money, if she needed whatever thing for me to bring her when I came back from work. Also, she said that she was upset because I didn't let her... She didn't relay this information to me while she was here, but I heard this. But she allegedly said that... Correct me if I'm wrong, but she allegedly said that she was upset because I wouldn't let her eat my food or use my soap, even though,
And first of all, that wasn't even...
I have a lot of food allergies, as you know, so some things are very hard or pretty expensive for me to get. Not only that, it's like...
Well, not only that, she's eating food that's...
items that I buy for myself, and I asked her if she needed anything specifically of the sort. And she said that I should have prepared for her better, even though she kind of asked me on a whim the day of if she could move in with me.
Which is extended to a month. But also I want to point out, again, another thing which, again, I was chewing Osa for being...
Yeah, also, that's another thing. She was only initially supposed to stay there for not too long, and that's initially why I agreed at first, because I'm just like, okay, it's not too long, that's fine. And then she ended up saying that, oh, I'm going to stay a little bit longer. And I'm just like, again, okay, that's fine. I really didn't care at this point.
Which is great you bring that up, because Osa apparently asked me, he's like, oh, well, why did Paige stay at your apartment if I didn't trust her? What have I always told you about Paige? I said, Paige is alright, be cautious of who you let in your apartment. Do I not?
Yeah.
Do I always say that with everybody?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like I fucking hate somebody. And the crazy part is, Osa has some weird fucking Nimrod belief that, oh, I've always hated Paige. Like, I literally have, like, we just didn't cover earlier, that I already, like, hashed things out with Paige and we were talking about, oh, well, I see, this is...
Not.
What do you mean, no, you did not?
Otherwise, that thing wouldn't have happened.
What thing wouldn't have happened?
Because Nick was at the green space.
I'm asking you, what thing wouldn't have happened?
And Kyrie. Nick was at the green space with Paige and Kyrie. And Gray apparently walked up to them and talked to them. And some bullshit was being said.
Nick is the one that called me over. I looked over in his direction because Junior pointed out, oh, that's where they are. And I really was debating on whether or not I should talk to them because I really was confused on the situation on what was going on. And then Nick waved over to me and called me over. And he's just like, we need to talk. And I'm just like, okay, that's great. Because I was planning on looking for you later. And I texted Jay, like, let Nick know that I'm looking for him because I needed to speak with him.
Oh, let me add on to that. Let me add on to that. By the way, the only reason why he did that is because guess what? Nick called me and we had the conversation of how people were saying that, oh, he's being a sexual predator towards her and giving her money for no reason. You know who said that? I know you know because you're the one who related to Nick. And I know who you got the information from. And guess what? That's the only reason why they even had that talk. Because guess what? Me and Nick were still trying to figure out who the fuck was lying. And the worst part about it, again, also having this weird idea that I just automatically dislike Paige. Again, me and Paige talked about stuff. She's like, oh yeah, initially I didn't like you because of Sydney. And again, also wants to act like he knows every fucking thing. Idiots. Like, in my way.
I have a question for you. Why ask me if I was cool, like legitimately cool with Paige this entire time?
Because that Paige thing wouldn't have happened.
No, the Paige thing didn't. The Paige. Hold on.
That's the thing that makes no sense to me.
Also, that is.
Genuinely, like, from the bottom of my heart, I let her into my home, and I do everything that I possibly can within my power because, like, you know, I'm going through a really bad financial hardship right now, and I told you this not that long ago, and. Not only that, I let a third person into my house, even though I'm already paying for me and Wanda with utilities and things. But I'm just like, listen, this is somebody that I told a while ago that I will help whenever they need me. And so when they asked for help, I gave them help. So if I wasn't cool with them, I would not let somebody into my house on a whim.
Also, I want to point out another thing, too, which also apparently can't comprehend, is that you can be cool with somebody, and then they do some really fucked up shit, and you're not cool with them in a day. A lot of shit can happen in a day, as you can clearly fucking tell.
Bro.
What do you mean like me, bro? Because you keep talking shit you don't know.
You did that shit with Jason, and then you went to the Mario movie, and then you did it again. You did it twice.
What do you mean did it twice? When I went to the Mario movie, Nick wasn't even with us. Are you fucking dumb? The people who were with us was me, you, Brian, Chris, Jaquez, and fucking Ricky.
Yeah, you didn't go to the Mario movie because you fucked shit up with Nick.
I didn't go to the Mario movie. You didn't go to the Mario movie with Nick. What the fuck does that have to do with what I'm talking about, dude? Stay on topic. Seriously, stop being fucking retarded. Stay on topic. The conversation
you
that...
fuck up shit all the time. You did that same shit with CD.
No, what CD fucking did? You know what CD fucking did? Sitting there trying to talk online, sitting there bitching me like I'm Noah. The problem is, which again, you like to sit there and ignore shit. CD is not fucking mentally there. Even Nick told you that. And the crazy part, you know where you are? You're like, oh, you're so right, Nick. Because whenever Nick says it, it's fine. But when I say it, apparently it's the problem. But I don't take too kindly to someone making a fucking kill list about my friends. Sitting there saying, oh, this is how I killed them. That's not necessarily funny. People don't joke with that jackass. Not only that, she talks shit about Gray, because guess what? I don't know, she has some weird fucking hate boner for me. And the worst part about it, even then, she went on the weird, mysterious rant of going on Noah's account and talking shit, when the girl's fucking deranged. She sat there and talked shit about Nick for sitting there trying to prevent her suicide, and you know that. And you're trying to defend that? She's not fucking stable.
Here's another thing.
Idiots.
Speaking on the topic of suicide and Nick was airing out that one time that you called him over to my apartment, Jay, to Paige and Kyrie, like, what?
Yeah,
like,
that's...
with anything that Paige and Kyrie were concerned about.
Okay, so...
Wait, can I also, hold on, can I finish?
Stuff asked about at the green space, right? What did Gray say when Nick asked you about the $700? What did Nick say when he asked you a question? What did he ask you? What did he ask you at the police case?
No, he didn't even ask me a question. He told me what was said about him, about how he does nothing but try to come help people at the student center, and about how I'm still allegedly saying shit about him being a sexual predator. But that's the thing. I've never said anything. And I told this to his face, but the most I've ever had his name in my mouth, and you know this. I don't know why you're acting like you don't know this, Osa, but I told you I don't like how he carries himself with certain people, and about how I feel like he somewhat puts himself on a pedestal at some points, and I just don't like how he goes about certain situations.
You know what's crazy? Man, that's almost like I told Nick, not Nick, it's not almost like I told Osa the same thing that even Junior noticed. It's almost like even Junior noticed that shit, dude. He's only been there for like a month. It's crazy. It's almost like I almost talked about Osa with this shit. Crazy part, you know what happened when Gray talked to Nick about it? He glanced over it.
Because Junior was all buddy with Nick.
Nick, Junior
wasn't buddy with Nick. I'm with Junior 24/7. The only thing that Junior's ever said to Nick was, "I like your sticker." That's it.
You know what's the crazy part? Motherfucker, we can go get Junior and have him talk. Like, you acting like these people can't come up and validate this shit. You do realize you can cordially, like, talk to someone and not like them. Guess what? CD?
I'm not gonna lie, you can do that with 99% of the people you mentioned. We could talk to Mikey, we could talk to Paige, we could talk to Kyrie. If they say anything different, you're a dumbass.
What's anything different? Like, again, so you're going off against Paige, who, again, frame one, like I said earlier, established she didn't fucking like me because of Sydney. Not only that, you were there for the conversation where she tried to sabotage our little talk about Mikey leaving the friend group and, like, the allegations that were said, for example.
Why are you still hung up on this?
Because that's, what do you mean? Gray, let me ask you something, since Osa can't understand the concept. Does it look too good, the person who sabotaged and lied on someone for no fucking reason to sabotage a situation, doing the same shit again seem like, that should be valid evidence if somebody's repeating the same shit, or is that just me being unreasonable? What I said was, does me not mentioning another situation that correlates to this one, because it's almost like the exact same situation of someone saying one thing that isn't true and starting so much shit, not because I have a grudge, but because that's actually happening. Using that as an example of, hey man, this is a reoccurring thing happening for the second time, not valid. You can mention somebody doing something that's fucked up to be like, man, they're doing this again. Not because you haven't let it go, but it's a valid reason. For example, Osa, with you being loose-lipped, when you talk somebody's business out, and I say, hey Osa, why the fuck are you doing that? And you do it again. That's not like I'm saying, oh, I hate Osa. It's like, yeah, I'm noticing this nigga does the same shit. And again, that's going with the Paige thing. Once me and Paige talked about that whole shit, and Mikey was there.
What did you talk about?
We talked about. I said when we sat down, I talked to Paige. I was like, hey, so I was under this impression you didn't like me, whatever. And she was like, oh yeah, I kind of didn't because of Sydney. And I was like, yeah, that figures. And literally,
when did that happen?
When did that, Gray, do you remember?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not gonna lie. That probably happened definitely last. That was before I graduated. So I'm gonna say, let me think. That was after your birthday, right? So
why are you bringing this up?
Again, the valid.
It matters.
It matters because she's repeating the same shit.
That was 4 months ago.
Again, that matters because, are you stupid? It matters because it literally involves the same shit. If she did the first time of lying on...
Here's the thing. Y'all keep bringing up shit that happened in the past. Osa, you're saying, why does it matter it happened 4 months ago? So how about let's stop bringing up shit that happened more than a month ago, okay? Because clearly this conversation isn't getting anywhere.
Okay, perfect. So if that's the case, what is Osa so mad about then? Since we're avoiding the past now. Since, I already did all the shit I'm supposed to do. Osa apparently is clearly...
You say you're cool with Paige, and now apparently you're not. So
I'm not cool with Paige now because of what the fuck is going on today. It's crazy. You can and again, you have that mixed up.
Today?
Yes, today. With the shit that happened today. Yes. Are you slow or what? You slow or you're stupid? Today, go pick up a dictionary. Again, you can be cool with someone, but again, if somebody is clearly, again, which is a big issue, lying on Gray and saying that Gray apparently saying all this shit about Nick, I'm not going to necessarily be cool. I don't necessarily have to hate you, but I don't necessarily super like you or friends with you if you're saying that you're lying on my friend, you're lying on my girlfriend to, about another person that is also my friend and causing drama.
What does Paige have to gain from lying?
You tell me, because she did it. Again, I know we were talking about past, but she did it first time. Would again. Also, yeah, I think I know a perfect reason. How about not paying your fucking rent, eating people's food that's not hers? By the way, I paid for spring rolls for Gray. She ate all them shits without asking. That's another big issue. She has no respect for people's basic stuff, which I already told you in chat, and you apparently forget. But
and I remember her telling me about this, and that she apologized.
She didn't apologize to me. Great, did she apologize to me?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because that was my fucking shit. She didn't even apologize to me. Also, she still didn't pay her rent, by the way. And the third thing is, another problem is taking Wanda's fucking bath towel, her nice little clean dry towel, and having no respect for her own property and throwing that shit on the ground using it as a fucking shower mat. That's disrespectful.
So you weren't cool with Paige before all that happened?
No, even while it happened, I was like, you know, these things bother me, but I'm still not cool with her. I don't know if that made any sense, but even like when these things happened, I relate them to you. I'm pretty sure I've talked to you about these things at least once, and I'm like, these things really fucking pissed me off and made me mad. But other than that, it doesn't make me hate Paige. It doesn't make me want to talk shit about Paige. I think the extent of which that I ever said anything was, Paige does A, B, C, D. I don't like it.
Kind of like how Osa does some bullshit, you know, like that. But following up onto that, again, which Osa I noticed tried to slip that in there. He was like, oh, so you didn't like Paige even before that? First of all, no one said that. I'm just aware Paige did all those things. But I think, you know, like Grace said...
You know, I really did want to be Paige's friend, too. I did try. I always try to include her on things. I always tried to, you know...
Well, let's not ignore the fact that she was talking shit about Ziggy, by the way. Well, let's not ignore that shit, either.
Huh? She didn't do that.
You know this?
No.
So what the fuck are you talking about? You say she didn't do that if you didn't know it.
I talked to Ziggy, and she hasn't said anything about that at all. And
Ziggy doesn't want to be involved in drama, so let's not bring up Ziggy's name.
Yeah, okay. I don't believe it. I feel like if a friend was shit-talking her, she would at least try to address it in some way, shape, or form.
Even that Ziggy's non-confrontational, again, if it has nothing to do with her, let's try to minimize the amount of people we get involved.
Who would she talk to, if not her friends?
Again?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, even
She would talk to Jacquez, right? Let's forget about me. Let's say I'm the big bad nigga that you're talking about. Wouldn't she talk with Jacquez?
Who, Ziggy?
Yes.
Ziggy doesn't know that Paige is talking shit about her. This happened on Halloween, which, by the way, is like, what, 2 days ago? So it's like, again, she's not even aware that shit happened, that she even got shit talked about.
So what did Paige say? Because I think we need to talk about this with Ziggy.
Ray, you want to relay that?
Wait, what?
Are you slow, bro? I'm talking about what Paige...
Like I said, I have other things that I'm dealing with right now. This is some bullshit I did not want to be involved in.
Well, you can ask Osa for being a fucking idiot about it.
For some fucking reason,
again,
one way or another.
Again, you can thank Osa for being a fucking idiot. But going on to that, what did Paige say about Ziggy that was shit talking? Remember you were saying something about the costume thing or whatever?
That wasn't with Paige.
And who said something with Ziggy? You told me that... Hold on, let me go pull out my messages, actually, so I can read it word for word. Hold on, let me scroll back up. Alright, hold on. Scroll up. Give me a second. Give me like 1 second. I'm looking through Discord and text. Just give me a second. So I'm trying to remember if it's...
I'm just saying, I'm just gonna go talk to all these people, get some shit clarified. Because I don't believe half of the shit that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
I don't know what the fuck is going on either.
It's crazy you're saying you want to get shit going on, but you, from what I'm observing, that you apparently immediately believed Paige and started shit talking Gray. So what's up with that? Like, you want to elaborate? You were saying you want to get information from everybody. What I'm told is that there's a group of people that automatically siding with Paige, which also... Paige is apparently individually one of people trying to talk shit about Gray, and it sounds like you're just one of those people who are riding the train and didn't get the full story. But hence you're trying to prompt that right now that, oh, you need to get the full story. So what's up with that?
I don't know. With the whole, like, me personally, with the whole Paige thing, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, apparently I said all this stuff about,
Because Nick... and not that a bunch of people have accounts on stuff that you've been saying about me.
Okay. Such as?
Oh no, see, I'm reading it. No, I got the message. Can I finish reading the message? I found it, by the way. No, you did say Paige. I said, why? You said Paige was being rude, and you're like, because she's a party pooper. Essentially, everything Ziggy had planned tomorrow is kind of as quoted, and Ziggy's just calling.
Oh yeah, that was during the Halloween thing.
Bro, how the fuck do you have like bad ass memory? I just told this was 2 days ago.
Listen, I have other things I'm
That has
dealing with
nothing
right
to do with
now.
remember, bro.
Like,
Let me just finish reading it though.
okay, so essentially what happened is that we were planning something to do on Halloween, and I was talking about it with Wanda and Paige, and I'm like, oh, Ziggy had the idea of just like, you know, hanging out, chilling, nothing crazy, because, you know, Ziggy really just wanted to hang out with everybody and get dressed up and things, and maybe we could like look on Pin to like find an event to go to or whatever. And then I told Paige, like, do you want to come? And then she's like, they're kind of boring, you know. I really want to like go to a party or something.
Oh yeah, also, by the way, just want to let you know, if you have your Discord running with other people listening, it's echoing in the background. Just want to throw it out, by the way. Anyway, as you were saying, Gray?
That's pretty much it. It was literally nothing crazy, but...
Yeah, I mean, well, thanks for clarifying that even more. But like I said, yeah, also, well, that shit is reverbing through your mic, so I don't know what to tell you because that shit don't do when I call you usually. But going back to the conversation at hand, again, the problem I'm having with you, bro, is that you keep happy you're not having the same all the information, but then you want to boast and say, oh, well, you know, I'm going to get both sides after you clearly show that you're being one-sided even now towards the Paige thing. And on the slick, and I know you don't want to say that because Gray's here, you definitely not seeing Gray's story. You definitely just automatically was kind of leaning towards Paige. For what? I don't know, bro. Like, you didn't even, like, again, tend to ask what the situation was. What it sounded like to me was somebody went crying about you about something because, one, they got kicked out the apartment because they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. And you just ran with that and believed it, and then you told it to Nick, and now here we are.
Paige didn't get kicked out of the apartment.
Paige did get kicked out the apartment. What are you talking about? That's your apartment?
Paige moved out.
No, she got kicked out.
No, I asked her to leave because I couldn't have her there anymore. I told her, I know you said November 1st, but she said that it wasn't looking too great for her. And I said, listen, I don't think I'm going to be able to have you here any longer.
Again.
I told her, like, Paige, like, I got some not so good news, and I'm sorry, but I can't have you here that much longer.
So again,
going back to what I was saying earlier, I'm going through a financial hardship right now. I can't, like, support the three of us for a long time. Like, I only work one job. I only work weekends. It's pricey.
especially when nobody's, like, contributing. But also, again, what blows my mind is also sitting there saying, no, blah, blah, about the situation like he was in the fucking apartment. Dude, shut up. Sometimes if you don't know shit, just shut up. And that's not me trying to be rude. It's like, legitimately, just don't say anything if you don't actually know it. That's what I'm clowning you for right now, because you're just saying shit. You don't even know the whole story. You're just having this, okay, yeah, buddy, sounding fucking stupid, and going off the allegation, not even the allegation, the background is that, oh, you know, whatever I know is fact, without even getting all your facts. You went to accuse me of throwing Gray under a bus, and you had Gray sit there and prove you wrong, and then you want to sit there and dance around and be like, oh, well, I don't remember that. Oh, are you sure that happened? But, like, dude, for real? Come on, grow up. Like, Gray, am I wrong on that? Doesn't that sound dumb in its own entirety?
I don't know, again, like, the whole Paige situation, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Why do you not know? Don't you know?
I'm not that close to Paige. You've never been super duper close.
And again, I just want to throw that out. I just want to throw it out there.
I did legitimately try to be friends with Paige, meaning I haven't been ever super close with Paige.
And also, I just want to point out something before you.
Haven't you been friends with Paige again?
You have to build up to being friends with somebody.
I just, what's it called?
Wait.
I just didn't know how to go about it because she's going through a rough time.
Also, no, I just want to point out something, Nini.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Paige was really in need of some friends.
Yeah, you know, I want to just point something out, Osa.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, I tried, like, including her on things. I'll be like, do you want to come? Are you okay? And there's been times when she's told me, like, you know, I get really upset sometimes. So if it seems like I'm, like, not in a good mood, I'm sorry. And I've told her that, hey, you know, there has been some times where me and Wanda have noticed, like, we thought she was upset with us because maybe we did something wrong in the apartment. So we kind of just left her alone because we didn't want to bother her because, again, we knew that, she was going through a rough time.
Sounds like you're trying to be fucking dumb, dude. Shut up.
Because legitimately, there's been some times where, even then, like, this past week, Junior was supposed to bring us drinks, right? And I'm just like, hey, Paige, do you like, Smirnoffs? And she's like, I love them. And I'm just like, oh, well, Junior's planning on bringing some if you'd like some. And then she's like, yeah, sure. And I said, okay, what kind do you like? Just to, like, get to know, like, what she enjoys and things. And even with, like, the whole party thing, I, like, we were, like, talking a lot more, especially back then, because I was trying to, like, okay, so she wanted a party, but she was scared she was gonna have one, and I know she's having a really rough time, so I want to throw one for her. Like, you even saw the message that I sent in the group chat. I really did try.
And again, what Osa's not grasping the concept of, again, friends, you gotta build up to being friends, which, I don't know why this nigga's not grasping that concept, but even then, yeah, clearly from what you're telling me, you're making these attempts, but you don't have to be friends with people instantly, first of all. But also, it's more or less that it was the efforts being taken up into building to being friends.
I believe you have to be decent enough friends to let you live with them, you know? You're not gonna
I wasn't super close to her when she asked me.
Truthfully, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I've even said, Nini Horn.
Jay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. This is like kind of something that I need to relay to Osa because it seems as if, or I don't know who's making it seem as if.
Sound like Osa's being an instigator.
I really didn't try. Just let me and Osa talk for a bit. But yeah, even then, it's like. I wasn't really super close with Paige. She wasn't really super close with me when she asked, but I did tell her that, you know, if you needed anything, let me know. I would help her out. And did I not?
I mean, yeah, from what I can perceive. So again, I don't know why Osa's trying to like instigate some shit with this whole dumb ass buddy.
I'm just genuinely asking, like Osa, because he probably knows way more than I do at this point.
Yeah, apparently so. Mr. knows all the answers. Like I said, I'm the character enlighten me. What's the situation, bro? Because again, what it comes off to me is Osa's just.
Y'all are not cool with Paige. That's all I know.
What it sounds like is you're baiting for the answer. Because guess what? In that conversation, you've been baiting for that. Gray was okay with Paige up to today, I'm assuming. Right? Is that okay? Is that where is that true or not, Gray? You were fine with Gray until today.
I just don't know where we stand. So Osa, this is what I'm asking you, Jay. Like, I'm gonna need you to stay out of it for a few minutes.
Okay.
But like, genuinely, I don't know.
I feel like it's very easy to know. I feel like it's very easy to know. There's something you're not admitting. At least to Jay.
This is 100%. Literally, there's been times where I come home and Paige comes home, or I come home and Paige is already asleep, and like I come home late. Well, not even super late, maybe like 9 p.m. But that's around the time that Paige is asleep. So I don't want to wake her up and just be like, Paige, do you want to da-da-da-da? And there's been some times where we've sat down and watched movies together. I'm just like, hey, there's this movie that me and Wanda want to watch. Do you want to watch it with us? And like the other day we had like little movie marathons. We watched like 2 movies in a row. And just again, Paige would sleep really early, not even like super early, maybe like 9, 10 p.m.-ish, sometimes 11. But by the time I got home, me and Wanda don't even talk to each other because we kind of leave each other to our own devices. Because that's when we have like homework or whatever.
Are you done?
So I'm just really trying to understand, where did I fuck up in having Paige there? Like,
I don't know. Apparently also, like I said, apparently.
I'm telling you, stay out of it, like, genuinely. Because he's saying that I'm not cool with Paige. but it's just like, I don't know.
Boy, y'all want to say something or be quiet? That's what I'm wondering what's going on. Even ignoring the page, even going past the page thing.
Kyrie Express.
Wait, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
It does.
So why did you bring it up if it didn't matter?
I need to know where I messed up.
Why did you bring it up if it don't matter?
Because we have legitimately gone nowhere. And I don't have the answers. You don't have the answers. In fact, you've just been spewing stuff. So...
Yeah, same as you. We could have had answers if, instead of you being a naysayer and sitting there replying with two...
I keep telling you to stay out of it.
Nah, I'm gonna have to... No, Listen. I'm going to talk on it because, again, I'm trying to get somewhere, but the problem is, which Osa's not grasping, which is why this conversation didn't move. Osa keeps replying with these stupid-ass answers of, okay, and yeah, buddy, being fucking contradicting and being narcissistic in his responses. Like, bro, I'm trying to get the conversation with you. The only reason why we're even having this conversation right now is because even excluding the pay situation, the biggest issue is why you're even here. It's not only Kyrie is lying on you, you're lying on me, and sitting there saying, oh, well, I gotta be lying, or Bray gotta be lying, and then you don't even want to acknowledge your own faults, and you're quick to say, oh, I do the same thing, but the thing is, then you play dumb. You literally play dumb and say, oh, well, I didn't say that, or I don't remember that. And the worst part is, why do you do that? And you have people that can prove you're wrong, dude. Like, I'm legitimately trying to fix the friendship, but you're just trying to blow the fuck up. You're literally talking to one of them. Gray's on the phone. Gray's literally on the phone. You're talking to one of them. One of the people that you mainly convey stuff with. What are you talking about? So you're gonna say Gray's lying and you're telling the truth? Is that what you're telling me? Either you're lying or Gray's lying. What's up?
Ignore Gray for a second, because it's obvious that you didn't bring an entire group of people who are witnesses and alibis, so I can't take this seriously.
She has witnesses, and I already told you who. So my thing is, the problem is
They're
you're just...
not there, so be quiet. They're not
This is the thing. This is why I keep saying, like, stop bringing stuff up in the past.
Well,
Because I'm genuinely trying to get somewhere in this conversation.
I know, but that's the main focus
We've
of
been
why...
going in circles this entire time.
No, I know, but I'm saying the group of people in regards to page thing, he knows that y'all can have that conversation Monday, whatever. But my issue...
That's the thing. It's like with the whole page thing,